Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jimmy here with the Mullet Creations YouTube channel. I just wanted to get on here and give everybody a little update on my 72 Ford Country Squire that I took to the duct tape drags this last year. And as you might have seen, I got into a little bit of a fender bender in the Burnout pit. Here's the car. I went out to the duct tape drags in, I believe it was September. I got into the K-rail in the Vice Grip Garage Burnout pit. I got right into my fender and my bumper real good. The hood, it was already kind of tweaked upwards due to the hinges being worn out. So that's not really part of what's going on here. But luckily, all I damaged was the bumper and the fender. If you look back here, the fender went behind the door, so it actually didn't damage the door as far as I know. It seems like everything's good with the door so far. I can't open it because of how the fender's contacting it, but I'm sure I'll be able to open it up just right when I get the door open. So what I did is I went to Desert Valley Auto up in Black Canyon City. I gave them a call and I got me a new 72 Country Squire fender, and I also got a bumper from them. That's not the greatest bumper in the world, but it's definitely a lot better than what I have, and I'm gonna make it work. But yeah, I plan to get this old girl taken apart so I can put these new parts on and then see what kind of damage lies below the sheet metal here, and hopefully not very much. I had to winch this guy out because it was contacting the tire. So luckily my buddy at the duct tape drags had a winch on his Jeep, and we just pulled it back, and I drove this old girl home. She did just fine. I think there's a little bit of misalignment going on in the front end. It definitely tweaked something with the front tire there, but the front end alignment was already pretty bad. So I'm going to take it back to the alignment shop and see what they have to say about it after I get new parts put on there and stuff like that. I really haven't shown you guys anything about this car other than the fact that it does pretty sweet burnouts. So the story behind the car is I bought it in 2020, right before COVID, before we even knew what COVID was, really. I bought it from a guy who got it from the estate of an older man and woman who passed away. They passed away, and their kids were selling off all of their stuff, and this guy bought, I think, most of the vehicles that they had, and this was one of them. The story that he told me was that this was the old lady's car. She drove it for quite a while. It had like 90,000 miles on it when I got it, and she just drove it. I don't know when she stopped, but they must have kept it under some sort of cover because the interior was in immaculate condition. The outside, I'll show you guys some pictures here, but the outside was pretty terrible. Just the vinyl stickers were all peeling off, and the paint wasn't very good at all. So after I bought the car, what I did was I went through this thing mechanically, like 100%. I put all new brake lines, brake components. I did all the suspension bushings. Every bushing has been changed. All the springs, they're all brand new springs. I went through
and I put a Holley Sniper kit on the car. So it's got a brand new fuel cell. It's got the 3/8 Earl's lines on it. And I took the original motor out. Well, so I went to back down the driveway one day. This car was running and driving fine. And I backed down the driveway one day, and the transmission was all neutrals except for reverse. So I decided that I was going to rebuild the transmission. Well, have my neighbor rebuild it for me. While he was rebuilding that, I had another 429 big block sitting in a project truck that I had built previously, but I never got around to finishing. So I decided I'll just put this 429 that I built into this car. Since I've already got the transmission out, it's not much more work, and turned out pretty good. I'll show you guys. So I bought this motor for like $200 out of some guy's shed, and it was pretty crusty and old, and I took the block to the machine shop. They bored it 30 over. We ported and polished the heads. There was a guy there at the machine shop that did that, and put an aluminum intake on it. It's got, like I said, the Holley Sniper kit, and she runs pretty good. They don't make headers for station wagons, which is weird, I know. But so I had to manipulate these ones pretty far to get them stuck in here. This side wasn't too bad, but the passenger side, some of those pipes are bent pretty flat. And if you've ever watched the Engine Masters, where they tested that to see if it makes a difference or not, and they proved that it didn't. So that worked out pretty good for me. I deleted all the air conditioning and heater box and all that stuff from this car because it was all in very bad condition. So my plan is to get a vintage air setup and put that in here. I just haven't got around to it. Being that I'm down here in Tucson, Arizona, it makes it pretty hard to drive this thing in the summertime because it gets really hot here. Take a look over here. I'll show you the interior. So everything in here besides the carpet is original, the way that I got it. I mean, the headliner is damn near perfect. This rear seat, it folds down, and it had been folded down, so I think that is what really saved it. The front seat was in perfect condition until I started sitting in it. It started cracking and all that stuff. You can see the back of the seat is all in really good condition. The dash was near perfect when I got it, but having had it sit out in the sun for a couple months here in Tucson, it started showing a couple cracks there. I built my own little gauge cluster there with some odometer gauges. I kind of like the way that they turned out. I put some green plexiglass behind there. It gives it a cool look. I had to put a smaller steering wheel in here because I'm a bigger guy, and that gigantic steering wheel that was in here was a little difficult to get in and out with, even with the tilt. So I bought this, I think it's like a Grant steering wheel, and it's the green metal flake. It turned out pretty cool. The back of this car is awesome because you can put like a 4x8 sheet of plywood in this thing. Got my cool little grandma bumper stickers that my sister made for me. Here's the back here. So this thing has what they call the magic tailgate. So it opens up sideways like this, but you can also roll down the window and then it opens up like a truck tailgate. Right now, the window motor decided to strip its gears out for the second time. I bought the original motor, it was all stripped out, so I took it apart and I bought a replacement, and the replacement didn't quite fit, so I took the gears out of the replacement and put it in the original, and it worked good for 2 years, and then it just decided one day just strip out again. So I got to go through and find something new, or I don't know. It's little plastic gears inside of a metal housing, so obviously that's not going to last very long. And with the Chinese gears that we have these days, nothing lasts very long. So I'll get that fixed, and then I'll be able to open the tailgate. I mean, obviously you don't want to open the tailgate while the window's rolled up, otherwise you might start breaking things. So back here, it's got this cool little carpet that covers the back area. A lot of you might remember back in the day, these cars would have seats. A lot of cars had seats that faced rearwards. This one would have had 2 seats that folded up sideways, and the rear occupants would be facing each other. This one, for whatever reason, it was ordered without seats. So it's just, so back here, there's just this giant cargo space. So I took and put a 25-gallon fuel cell in here. Obviously it's an Amazon special fuel cell, so this little filler device here is leaking, so I shoved a bag down in there, and that has kept it from leaking for quite a while now, actually. I got my my fuel pump down in here, got my fuel filters, got all my electronics here. If you watched the video where I did the burnout, I have train horns on this, and down in this little storage compartment we got a little, I think it's like a 3-gallon air compressor with a built-in the compressor built right into the tank, and that does pretty good for what I have going on with that. If you look on this side, this is where your spare tire is hidden. You got your spare tire, you got your jack is actually behind there, and then like your parts for your spare tire or for the jack are what hold your spare tire in. Pretty cool little setup that they got in these old wagons. Other than that, this everything's pretty original on this car. It's not a perfect car by any means. If you look down in this area, this was all kind of creased in. There's some dings and dents in the door. I believe this passenger fender was changed at one point. It when I was sanding this car down, it had some different colored paint on there. I don't remember if it was this rear quarter or maybe it was this one over here. Yeah, it might have been this one because it had some like weird Bondo going on in here. That one was changed at some point too. So this car was well loved in its day. People, the old lady that owned it, she used it, and now I'm using it for some different kind of stuff. You can see all the rubber up under here from the burnout pit. I still got the burnout tires on here. They're pretty well pooched. These are the I guess they're like Crown Vic style 18-inch wheels that I'm gonna be running on here. I plan on painting the wheels this green color and then running some little dog dish hubcaps on here. I found some some cool old Ford ones that I'm going to put on here. So I took this whole car and I sanded it down, and I rattle can painted it in my 2-car garage, and I thought I was doing the right thing by buying the really nice expensive 2K spray clear, and I don't know if I did something wrong or what, but that 2K clear just started peeling up like crazy about a year later. The paint seemed to last pretty good until I just stopped caring. But the whole idea of this car is to have like a sleeper, like a grandma's old car, and it pulls up and it sounds a little rowdy right now. It's got a pretty minimal exhaust on it. It's actually got 2 sets of mufflers because of some weird packaging issues, and the resonance was making some weird sounds. So I packaged 2 mufflers in there, and I think that needs to be changed. But the way the headers are, it's just awful to work on the exhaust on this thing. So I plan to have some custom headers made, and then I'll really do a nice exhaust on here. Maybe pay somebody to do it. Probably something with some cutouts, so it's quiet when I want and loud when I want. So thank you guys for tuning in to watch. Just wanted to keep you guys updated with the progress here, or lack of progress really. I've just been sitting on this project for a while. I've been real busy at the end of the year with work and other projects that I have going on, and trying to get some shade built for this old car here, so it's not sitting out in the sun anymore. Also, if you guys have any suggestions or want to ask any questions further about the vehicle or any of the other projects that I got coming up, write a comment down below, and I'll be looking. I'll reply to probably all of them. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys like this kind of stuff, there's going to be more content on this. I got a lot of other projects in the works. Just give me a like, maybe subscribe if you want to come back and watch some more. And thanks for watching. Take care.